If I can't force you to get an abortion, you shouldn't be able to force me to get
Because it's not about you. It's about people you interact with, and that's the social contract of public health.
We don't even know if the vaccine worked or not at the time.
Yes, that's what the trials are, dude. That's why these trials. Are you missing data out there?
But let me ask you a question. If you get it, you're not going to get. If you take the vaccine, you're not going to get a Rachel Maddow, Joe Biden. I can give you Fauci. I can give you and you've seen these clips before. It's not like you've never seen it before.
Yeah, what happened?
They were wrong.
Hold on. So, the strain evolved.
Hey, this your boy Belly, man. Welcome back to the Twilight Zone. And here we have our guest, Neil the fucking lunatic Tyson. This dude has jumped off the deep end over these past couple years and really let his credentials shine, showing that he doesn't know a fucking thing about physics or what he's been talking about for years now, guys. And perfect example in this video. Let's get into it.
Differences are so massive on average. Again, I've seen the pictures of you as a
Let's go to scientist Neil deGrasse Tyson, who had something interesting to say about how men and women competition could change in, say, 100 years.
It is a little weird that we split people by male and female in this way. I'm imagining 100.
It's weird to this guy who's always grew up in a system where men and women were separated. It's weird to him now that we separate men and women in sports and other things. This is the fucking psychopath who's been telling us about space for years, who we come to find out doesn't know shit about nothing. You know, he put up this weird argument about COVID, about how people were supposed to get the vaccine, the trials and everything. This shit would just save humanity. And then now that all this shit is coming out that it's been doing harm, and you know, all this other shit came out, like it's basically been exposed at this point. And he's still like, he just want to admit being wrong, man. I hate people like this. If you're wrong about something, admit being wrong. Nobody's ever going to want to fucking deal with somebody who can't admit being wrong. And this guy is a certified psychopath, lunatic, maniac, whatever you want to put on him, man. The dude's brain is completely fried. I don't know if it was Democrat money or DNC money, whoever who changes the wiring in his brain, but man, this shit is sad to see.
100 years from now, looking back and say, do you know, back 100 years ago, they split boys and girls and they couldn't compete. And I was like, that'd just be kind of a little weird.
I don't know any.
100 years from now, that'll be weird to people that men and women were split. What the fuck does this guy mean? It takes a man and a woman both to make kids. Men are like physically superior. We have bigger lungs, bigger mass, bigger muscles, bigger build. We're stronger naturally. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? If we were to live in Neil deGrasse's fucking world, you would have LeBron James playing against Caitlin Clark and the rest of the league. You would literally have like Anthony Davis averaging like 100 points a night. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I feel bad for anybody who took him serious, man, all these years. This dude's a lunatic.
A little weird.
I don't know, Neil, because
I can imagine thinking how weird that is.
I can imagine that too. But the differences are so massive on average. Again, I've seen the pictures of you as a college wrestler.
Listen to me.
But the average woman is not going to be able to take the average woman wrestler is not going to be able to take down you when you were in your peak. Okay,
maybe
the
Michael,
best female.
You sound like you're an old man on the porch in a rocking chair right now. I'm telling you.
What?
Okay. I'm telling you. I'm
like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This dude is giving basic facts. And Neil deGrasse Tyson like, oh, you're an old man in your way of thinking. The women that are born now are just like men. They're just as strong. Yo, how the fuck do we listen to this dude, guys? I'm pretty sure everything he said about space is a fucking lie.
Telling you, you are criticizing something that is in need of modification.
Sage, watching Neil deGrasse Tyson go woke, I mean, we watch a certain set of people go woke, but it's just so dismissive. And also the way he dismissed my friend Michael Shermer there, as if he's just in essence, you're an old white guy, like kind of sit this one out.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the only way in 100 years we would look back and think it's archaic to have boys and girls competing separately is if we've drugged all of the girls. Basically, that doesn't seem like a good outcome.
Facts.
Although, goodness gracious, at this point, I'm fearful that somebody might think that that's a good idea. It's just so disappointing.
Man, look, Neil deGrasse Tyson thinks that's a good idea, lady. So you might want to keep people like him and people that think like him far the fuck away from positions of power. Just a thought.
Because these people are too smart to even believe what they're saying. Like, they must be getting checks from somebody to say that crap, because
Ding, 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 ding. DNC money. And you know what these fucking psychopaths don't understand about taking all this bribery money from Biden administration and these corrupt Democrats who just ruining society. It's bigger than government in America at this point. They're trying to reshape society into this hellhole of self-destruction where everything just eats itself from the inside out. And what these, like I said, what these lunatics don't understand is it doesn't matter how much money you're paid when society has collapsed. It doesn't matter how much fucking money you're paid off in bribes. When you can't go to the store to buy shit because all the fucking criminals done ransacked the whole store like they're doing now. And you got all this shit going on. Like, when society collapses, what good is your money? Go play a Fallout game. That cash is better off keeping your ass warm in the wintertime. And then you can be able to spend it at the store. So all these people that are selling out against reality and logic for money is just fucking sad. And wow, you're not going to be able to do shit with that money if society completely collapses. And you're responsible for that. So you're basically accepting bribes to ruin your ability to spend your money.
they know that it's a lie. And it is, I mean, I guess we just have to chalk it up to going woke. And I do kind of liken it to the vaccine stuff, right? And when everybody was saying, no, just do this and trust. And we went like sheep. And so I think with this, it's actually
Not me and mine. We did not go like sheep. We used our brains. We used our brains.
probably even more obvious. And people are like, no, we're gonna stop on this. I live right next door. The neighboring town here is the town where Chelsea Mitchell is from. And I know Riley knows Chelsea. I feel like she was one of the first young women who was really out in the forefront fighting. And she's a young track star from small town Connecticut. My daughter competed with her, I should say, in the same team in high school. And I feel like that's one of the first cases that went really national. And she was, all of a sudden she was state champ in a couple of events, and all of a sudden was second place when a boy decided to become a girl, to say he's a girl,
Wow, man.
and compete against her, and she lost.
Who the fuck in their right mind think that's right? This woman is dominating in women's sports that she put in the work to do, and that God blessed her with the ability and talent to do. They just have some fucking guy that just hates his life and wants to come over here and destroy everything in their space because he can't fucking win with men. Well, you know what? When I was growing up, when you didn't win with the men, nothing fucking happened. You didn't win. You got cut. You got your ass sent home. You had to get better to come back. Like, that's simply what it is. I know a whole bunch of guys who were decent, but they weren't good enough for the teams, and they got cut, and they had to deal with it. They had to go home and live with that. But now they're telling these fucking these lunatics, oh, well, you can't win in the men's sport. Just go to women's and dominate and break all their fucking records. Completely disgusting, man. And anybody who agrees with that shit, I don't care for your opinion. I don't want to hear you. I don't care if you follow me on my socials, my channels, in there. I don't want shit to do with you. You're a fucking lunatic, and you need help. Anybody who agrees with that type of shit is an evil bastard.
At all. She lost in Connecticut, went to the Supreme Court. I believe the court case is still active at some level. And I think my biggest concern is, screw those scientists. Like, stop it, because we know they're lying through their teeth. What I don't want is for there to continue to be more pressure on these young women to take stands. Yes, we need to encourage them, and Riley has some interesting things that she's doing with that, to take a stand and say, no, we're not going to compete. We've seen it start to pop up across the country where young women say we're not going to do it. But
women should have been shut that shit down. As soon as all that weird shit started coming around, women should have been like, no, we're not doing this shit. We're not entertaining it. Look how far they have allowed this shit to go, to where you have men now demonizing the fuck out of women. Oh, you don't want me to compete? Oh, bitch, you should just get better. Oh, this and that. How do they get better, bro? They weren't born to be better. They don't have bigger lungs. They don't have bigger muscles. And like you do have some women that are born a little bit more in masculine ways visually than a lot of other women, but that still doesn't make them men. Like we see it all the time in sports. We see it all the time. Show me, somebody please show me some footage of women dominating these trans men or dominating these men that's in their spaces. Please send me some video of women constantly beating these men. Nobody can find that shit on the internet, I guarantee you.
But most importantly is, where are the adults in the room? Where are the coaches? Where are the administrators? Where are the parents to stand up and say, this is wrong, this is not going to happen? Because I believe if more and more people do that, the adults, and not forcing these kids in many cases to make such difficult decisions when their dreams are right here. Riley experienced that. I know Riley said in the past that she kind of has guilt from that national championship for competing, right? But that shouldn't have been left up to Riley. That needs to be left up to the adults to say, hell no, we're not doing this. Here's the science, guys.
Yeah, but the thing about it is nobody fucking needs science. We already know the science. We've lived the science. We've been through the science. Science is the science. You just got these woke weirdos that think that they could take bribe money and just change the facts. It doesn't work like that, and people find out the hard way. But man, this Neil deGrasse dude, I knew when he came out with all the little COVID shit that he was a complete like maniac. But wow, he really jumped off the deep end for them DNC bucks, didn't he? Yikes, hate to see it. Y'all seen it like I seen it, man. What a world. I'm out.